Right now, at this very moment, you hold in your hands the power to transform your life completely. It doesn't matter where you've been, what mistakes you've made, or how many times you've felt like giving up. What matters is that you're here, reading these words, ready to take the first step toward becoming the person you were always meant to be. This book isn't about quick fixes or empty promises. It's about real, lasting change that starts from within and radiates outward into every aspect of your life. You have everything you need inside you right now, the courage, the strength, the wisdom to create the life you've always dreamed of. Sometimes we just need someone to remind us of our own power and show us how to harness it. The journey you're about to embark on will challenge you, inspire you, and ultimately transform you. You'll learn to silence the inner critic that has been holding you back, develop unshakable confidence, build meaningful relationships, and create the success you deserve. Most importantly, you'll discover that the person capable of achieving extraordinary things has been inside you all along. Every great journey begins with a single step. Today, you take that step. Today, you choose to rise above your circumstances, your fears, and your limitations. Today, you begin the most important journey of your life, the journey to becoming your best self. Remember, you are not reading this book by accident. You are here because you're ready to change, ready to grow, and ready to create something beautiful with your life. Trust the process, trust yourself, and most importantly, never give up on the incredible person you're becoming. Chapter 1. The Power Within You. You are more powerful than you realize. Right now, in this very moment, you possess an incredible force that can reshape your entire life. This power isn't something you need to acquire or earn. It's already there, waiting to be awakened and unleashed. The only question is, are you ready to recognize it and use it? Throughout history, ordinary people have achieved extraordinary things, not because they were gifted with special abilities, but because they understood a fundamental truth. The power to change your life lies entirely within your control. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, every moment of triumph began with someone just like you deciding that they were ready to tap into their inner strength. Think about the moments in your life when you've overcome challenges that seemed impossible. Remember the times when you surprised yourself with your own resilience, creativity, or determination. Those weren't flukes or lucky accidents. They were glimpses of your true potential. They were previews of what becomes possible when you stop underestimating yourself and start believing in the incredible power you carry inside. The power within you is not just about positive thinking or wishful hoping. It's about recognizing that you have the ability to choose your thoughts, direct your focus, and take meaningful action. You can decide how to respond to any situation. You can choose to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You can choose to persist when others give up. You can choose to believe in yourself when the whole world seems to doubt you. This power manifests in countless ways throughout your daily life. It's the voice that encourages you to try again after a failure. It's the strength that helps you stand up for what you believe in. It's the wisdom that guides you toward better decisions. It's the love that allows you to forgive yourself and others. It's the courage that pushes you outside your comfort zone toward growth and new experiences. But here's what makes this power truly extraordinary. It grows stronger the more you use it. Every time you choose courage over fear, action over procrastination, hope over despair, you're not just solving today's problem, you're building the muscle of your inner strength. You're proving to yourself that you can handle whatever life brings your way. The greatest tragedy is not that people fail to achieve their dreams, but that they never truly try because they don't believe they have what it takes. They spend their lives waiting for permission, waiting for the right moment, waiting for someone else to believe in them first. But the truth is, the only permission you need is the permission you give yourself. The only belief that truly matters is your belief in yourself. Your power is not diminished by past failures or mistakes. In fact, every challenge you've faced has been preparing you for this moment, building your resilience and wisdom. Your struggles have not weakened you, they have made you stronger, more compassionate, and better equipped to help others who face similar challenges. Starting today, make a commitment to honor the power within you. Speak to yourself with kindness and respect. Set goals that excite and challenge you. Take action even when you don't feel completely ready. Trust your instincts and inner wisdom. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Remember that you are capable of far more than you've ever imagined. The journey to unleashing your full potential begins with this simple recognition. You already have everything you need to create an amazing life. The power has always been within you, waiting patiently for you to claim it and put it to use. Today is the day you stop waiting and start becoming the person you were meant to be. Chapter 2. Breaking free from limiting beliefs. The most dangerous prison is the one you build in your own mind. Every day, millions of people wake up with dreams in their hearts, but chains around their thoughts. These chains aren't made of steel or iron, they're made of beliefs, assumptions, and stories we've told ourselves for so long that we've forgotten they're just thoughts, not facts. Limiting beliefs are the invisible barriers that keep you playing small in a world that needs your unique gifts. They whisper lies like, "You're not smart enough," "You don't have what it takes," "People like you don't succeed," or "It's too late to change." These beliefs feel so real, so true, that we rarely question them. But here's the liberating truth. Just because you believe something doesn't make it true. Where do these limiting beliefs come from? Often, they're hand-me-downs from well-meaning parents, teachers, or society. They might have been formed during moments of pain, rejection, or failure, when your young mind desperately searched for an explanation. Sometimes they're the result of comparing yourself to others or accepting someone else's opinion of you as absolute truth. The first step to freedom is awareness. Start paying attention to the voice in your head, especially during moments when you're considering taking risks or pursuing opportunities. What does it say? Does it encourage you to try, or does it immediately list all the reasons why you'll fail? Does it focus on possibilities or problems? Does it speak with love or with criticism? Common limiting beliefs often sound like universal truths. Money doesn't grow on trees. Good things don't last. I'm not a creative person. I'm terrible with technology. I don't have time, or I'm too old to start over. Notice how these beliefs don't leave room for growth, change, or possibility. They're fixed, rigid, and final. But what if these beliefs are wrong? What if they're outdated software running in your mental computer, slowing down your performance and limiting your potential? The beautiful truth is that you can upgrade this software at any time. You have the power to examine your beliefs, question their validity, and choose new ones that serve your highest good. To break free from limiting beliefs, start by collecting evidence against them. If you believe you're not creative, recall times when you solved problems in unique ways, decorated your space, or found innovative solutions. If you think you're bad with people, remember moments when you made someone laugh, offered comfort, or connected meaningfully with another person. Replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Instead of "I'm not good enough," try "I'm constantly learning and growing." Rather than "I always fail," consider "Every experience teaches me valuable lessons." Transform "I don't have time" into "I make time for what truly matters to me." The process of changing beliefs takes patience and persistence. Your mind might resist these new thoughts at first, like a computer rejecting an unfamiliar program. That's normal. Keep feeding your mind evidence that supports your new, empowering beliefs. Celebrate small wins. Notice improvements. Acknowledge progress. Remember, the beliefs that limit you today once served a purpose, perhaps protecting you from disappointment or rejection. Thank them for their service, then gently release them. You're no longer that person who needed those protective beliefs. You're stronger now, wiser now, ready now to embrace beliefs that expand your world rather than contract it. The moment you realize that your beliefs are choices, not facts, everything changes. You become the author of your own story instead of a character trapped in someone else's narrative. You discover that the prison door was never locked. You just believed it was. Your new chapter begins the moment you choose to believe in your unlimited potential. The world is waiting for what you have to offer, but first you must free yourself from the beliefs that say you don't have anything valuable to give. Break those chains. Step into your power. Your authentic, unlimited self is ready to emerge. Chapter 3. Building unshakable self-confidence. True confidence isn't about pretending you have all the answers or never feeling nervous. It's about trusting yourself to handle whatever comes your way, even when you don't know exactly how things will turn out. It's the quiet inner knowing that you are worthy of success, love, and happiness, regardless of your past mistakes or current circumstances. Many people believe confidence is something you either have or you don't, like eye color or height. This couldn't be further from the truth. Confidence is a skill, and like any skill, it can be developed, strengthened, and mastered through practice. Every confident person you admire started somewhere, often from a place of doubt and uncertainty. The foundation of unshakable confidence is self-acceptance. This means acknowledging both your strengths and areas for growth without harsh judgment. It means recognizing that being human includes making mistakes, experiencing setbacks, and sometimes feeling uncertain. When you stop trying to be perfect and start embracing your authentic self, something magical happens. You become genuinely confident rather than merely putting on a confident facade. Confidence grows through action, not through waiting to feel ready. Every time you do something that scares you a little, you prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you previously believed. Start with small challenges and gradually work your way up to bigger ones. Each success, no matter how minor it might seem, deposits evidence in your confidence bank account. Pay attention to your internal dialogue. Confident people aren't those who never experience self-doubt. They're those who refuse to let doubt have the final say. When your inner critic starts listing all the ways you might fail, respond with compassion and logic. Ask yourself, is this thought helpful? Is it based on facts or fears? What would I tell a dear friend who shared this worry with me? Your posture, breathing, and body language significantly impact how confident you feel. Stand tall, make eye contact, speak clearly, and take up appropriate space in the room. These aren't just external displays of confidence, they actually send signals to your brain that you are confident, capable, and worthy of respect. Your body and mind are more connected than you might realize. Surround yourself with people who believe in you and support your growth. Confidence is contagious, and being around others who see your potential helps you see it too. Limit time spent with those who consistently undermine your self-belief or drain your energy. You have the right to protect your mental and emotional space. Celebrate your victories, especially the small ones that others might not notice. Did you speak up in a meeting? Celebrate it. Did you try something new despite feeling nervous? Acknowledge your courage. Did you handle a difficult situation better than you would have 6 months ago? Recognize your growth. These celebrations reinforce the neural pathways associated with confidence and success. Prepare thoroughly for important situations, but don't use preparation as an excuse to avoid taking action. There's a difference between being prepared and being perfect. Confident people understand that they can learn and adjust as they go. They don't need to have every detail figured out before they begin. Embrace failure as feedback, not as a reflection of your worth. Every successful person has a collection of failures behind them, failures that taught valuable lessons, built resilience, and ultimately contributed to their success. When something doesn't go as planned, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this experience make me stronger or wiser? Remember that confidence isn't about convincing others that you're amazing. It's about knowing your own worth regardless of others' opinions. While it's natural to want approval and recognition, true confidence comes from an internal source that doesn't fluctuate based on external validation. Practice gratitude for who you are right now, not just who you're becoming. Appreciate your journey, your efforts, and your willingness to grow. Confidence built on genuine self-appreciation is far more stable than confidence built on achievements or others' praise. As your confidence grows, use it to lift others up. Confident people aren't threatened by others' success, they celebrate it. They share opportunities, offer encouragement, and create environments where everyone can thrive. This generous spirit attracts even more positive experiences and relationships into your life. Your confidence will inspire others to believe in themselves too. By modeling self-belief and courage, you give others permission to do the same. Your journey toward unshakable confidence becomes a gift not just to yourself, but to everyone whose life you touch. Your goals are not just destinations, they're declarations of who you're becoming and what you believe is possible for your life. Set them with intention, pursue them with passion, and trust that the journey will transform you in ways you never imagined. Chapter 5. Mastering your mindset. Your mindset is the lens through which you see the world, and that lens determines whether you notice opportunities or obstacles, possibilities or problems, reasons to try or reasons to give up. The quality of your thoughts determines the quality of your life, making mindset mastery one of the most important skills you can develop. There are two fundamental mindsets that shape how people approach life: fixed and growth. A fixed mindset believes that abilities, intelligence, and talents are static traits that can't be significantly developed. People with this mindset often avoid challenges, give up easily when faced with obstacles, and see effort as a sign of inadequacy. They tend to take feedback personally and feel threatened by others' success. A growth mindset, on the other hand, believes that abilities can be developed through dedication, hard work, and learning from failure. People with this mindset embrace challenges as opportunities to improve, persist in the face of setbacks, and see effort as the path to mastery. They welcome constructive feedback and find inspiration in others' success. The mindset you choose in any given moment will determine your experience and your outcomes. When you encounter a setback with a fixed mindset, you might think, "I'm not good at this." With a growth mindset, the same situation becomes, "I'm not good at this yet." That simple word, "yet," transforms a limiting statement into an empowering one that acknowledges your potential for growth. Developing a growth mindset begins with awareness of your current thought patterns. Notice when you catch yourself thinking in fixed terms. "I'm not a math person," "I'm not creative," "I don't have good luck," or "I always mess things up." These statements close doors to possibility. Challenge them by asking, "Is this absolutely true? What evidence do I have against this belief? What would be possible if this weren't true?" Reframe challenges as opportunities for growth rather than threats to your ego. Instead of avoiding difficult tasks because you might not excel immediately, approach them with curiosity and excitement about what you might learn. Every expert was once a beginner, and every master was once a disaster. Your current skill level is simply your starting point, not your permanent destination. Replace the need to be right with the desire to learn and grow. When you make mistakes or receive criticism, resist the urge to defend, deny, or deflect. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this feedback help me improve? This shift in perspective transforms potentially negative experiences into valuable learning opportunities. Celebrate effort and progress, not just results. When you focus solely on outcomes, you miss the value of the journey and may become discouraged when results don't come as quickly as hoped. When you celebrate the effort you put in and the progress you make, you maintain motivation and build confidence in your ability to keep growing and improving. Surround yourself with growth-minded people who challenge you to be better and support your development. The conversations you have, the books you read, the podcasts you listen to, and the people you spend time with all influence your mindset. Choose inputs that expand your thinking rather than reinforce limitations. Practice optimistic thinking without ignoring reality. This doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect or denying genuine challenges. Instead, it means choosing to focus on solutions rather than dwelling on problems, looking for lessons in difficulties and maintaining hope even during tough times. Optimism is a muscle that grows stronger with use. Develop mental flexibility by considering multiple perspectives on every situation. When something doesn't go as planned, avoid immediately labeling it as bad. Ask yourself, how might this actually be beneficial? What opportunities might this create? What would someone who loves me say about this situation? This practice helps you find empowering meanings in challenging circumstances. Use positive self-talk as a tool for growth rather than criticism. The way you speak to yourself matters more than you might realize. Your subconscious mind believes what you tell it repeatedly, so make sure your internal dialogue supports your growth rather than undermines it. Speak to yourself with the same kindness and encouragement you'd offer a good friend. Set learning goals alongside achievement goals. While it's important to have specific outcomes you're working toward, also focus on what you want to learn, how you want to grow, and what skills you want to develop. This keeps you engaged with the process rather than solely fixated on results. Remember that mindset is a choice you make moment by moment, not a permanent characteristic. You might approach one situation with a growth mindset and another with a fixed mindset, and that's normal. The key is becoming aware of these patterns and consciously choosing growth-oriented thoughts more often. Your mindset is perhaps your most powerful tool for creating the life you desire. When you master your thoughts, you master your experience. When you choose growth over comfort, learning over knowing, and possibility over limitation, you open yourself to a world of opportunities that were always there, waiting for you to see them. Chapter 6. The Habits of Highly Successful People. Success isn't the result of one grand gesture or lucky break. It's the inevitable outcome of small, positive actions repeated consistently over time. The difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who merely dream isn't talent, luck, or circumstances. It's habits. Successful people have developed daily practices that automatically move them toward their goals, even when they don't feel motivated. Understanding the science of habit formation is crucial to creating lasting change. Every habit follows a simple loop: cue, routine, and reward. The cue triggers the behavior, the routine is the behavior itself, and the reward is the benefit you gain from doing it. To build new habits, you need to design this loop intentionally, making it as easy and rewarding as possible to do the right things. Start your day with intention rather than reaction. Highly successful people begin each morning with practices that set a positive tone for everything that follows. This might include meditation, exercise, journaling, reading, or simply spending a few quiet minutes planning the day ahead. By controlling the first hour of your day, you control your entire day. Prioritize ruthlessly. Successful people understand that time is their most valuable resource, and they guard it carefully. They focus on activities that create the highest impact and delegate, delay, or eliminate everything else. They know the difference between being busy and being productive, and they choose productivity every time. Invest in continuous learning and self-improvement. The most successful people are also the most committed learners. They read books, attend seminars, seek mentors, and constantly look for ways to expand their knowledge and skills. They understand that in a rapidly changing world, those who stop learning quickly become obsolete. Maintain physical health as a foundation for everything else. Energy is currency, and successful people protect their energy by taking care of their bodies. They exercise regularly, eat nutritiously, get adequate sleep, and manage stress effectively. They recognize that peak performance requires peak physical condition. Build and nurture relationships intentionally. Success is rarely a solo journey, and highly successful people invest significant time and energy in building meaningful connections with others. They practice active listening, offer help without expecting immediate returns, and maintain their network consistently rather than only reaching out when they need something. Practice delayed gratification and long-term thinking. While others seek immediate pleasure or quick fixes, successful people are willing to sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term gains. They save money, invest in their education, build skills that will pay dividends later, and make decisions based on where they want to be in 5 years rather than where they are today. Embrace failure as feedback and learning opportunities. Successful people don't avoid failure, they learn from it quickly and adjust their approach. They understand that failure is not the opposite of success, it's a stepping stone to success. They fail fast, learn fast, and move forward with valuable insights. Maintain systems and processes for everything important. Rather than relying on willpower or motivation, successful people create systems that make good decisions automatic. They have morning routines, work processes, financial systems, and health protocols that remove the need to make the same decisions repeatedly. Practice gratitude and positive thinking consistently. Despite facing the same challenges as everyone else, successful people have trained themselves to focus on opportunities rather than obstacles. They regularly acknowledge what they're grateful for and maintain an optimistic outlook that attracts positive experiences and relationships. Set boundaries and say no to protect their priorities. Successful people understand that every yes to one thing is a no to something else. They're selective about commitments, comfortable declining requests that don't align with their goals, and protective of their time and energy. Take calculated risks and step outside their comfort zones regularly. Growth happens outside your comfort zone, and successful people are comfortable being uncomfortable. They take intelligent risks, try new approaches, and push themselves to expand their capabilities continuously. Review and reflect regularly to ensure they're on track. Successful people don't just work hard, they work smart. They regularly assess their progress, adjust their strategies, and make sure their daily actions align with their long-term objectives. They're proactive rather than reactive. The beautiful truth about these habits is that none of them require special talent, expensive resources, or perfect circumstances. They're all choices available to you right now, regardless of your background or current situation. The question isn't whether you can develop these habits, it's whether you will. Start with just one habit and focus on consistency rather than perfection. Once that habit becomes automatic, add another one. Over time, these small changes will compound into extraordinary results. Remember, you don't have to be perfect to be successful, but you do have to be consistent. Your future self is counting on the habits you build today. Every positive choice you make, every good habit you develop, every small step you take toward your goals is an investment in the person you're becoming. The habits you choose today will determine the life you live tomorrow. Chapter 7. Overcoming Fear and Taking Action. Fear is not your enemy, it's your guide. Every feeling of fear points towards something that matters to you, something that has the potential to change your life for the better. The problem isn't that you feel afraid. The problem is that you've been taught to see fear as a stop sign when it's actually a compass pointing toward your greatest opportunities for growth. Understanding the nature of fear is the first step to transforming your relationship with it. Fear is a primitive survival mechanism designed to keep you safe from physical danger. But in our modern world, this same mechanism activates when facing psychological risks like rejection, failure, or judgment. Your brain can't distinguish between a charging lion and an important conversation with your boss. Both trigger the same fear response. The fears that hold you back most aren't usually about physical safety. They're about protecting your ego, your comfort zone, and your current identity. Fear of failure whispers, "What if you're not good enough?" Fear of success warns, "What if you can't handle the responsibility?" Fear of rejection asks, "What if they don't like you?" These fears feel very real, but they're often based on imagined scenarios rather than actual threats. Successful people feel fear just as intensely as everyone else. They've simply learned to act despite the fear rather than waiting for it to disappear. They understand that courage isn't the absence of fear, it's feeling fear and moving forward anyway. They've realized that the regret of not trying is far worse than the disappointment of not succeeding. Start by naming your fears specifically. Instead of feeling generally anxious about a situation, get clear about what exactly you're afraid will happen. Often, when you shine the light of awareness on your fears, they lose much of their power over you. A vague worry becomes manageable when you can identify and address it directly. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could realistically happen? Then ask, how likely is this outcome and how would I handle it if it did occur? Usually, you'll discover that the worst-case scenario isn't as terrible as your imagination suggested, and you're more capable of handling it than you initially thought. Challenge your fears with evidence from your own experience. When has taking action, despite fear, led to positive outcomes in your life? When have you surprised yourself with your resilience and ability to handle challenging situations? These memories serve as proof that you can navigate uncertainty and overcome obstacles. Practice taking small actions in the face of fear. You don't need to make giant leaps to build your courage muscle. Start with small steps that feel manageable but still require you to move outside your comfort zone. Each time you act despite fear, you prove to yourself that you can handle whatever comes next. Reframe fear as excitement. Physiologically, fear and excitement produce very similar sensations in your body: increased heart rate, heightened awareness, and a surge of energy. The difference is often just the story you tell yourself about what these sensations mean. Instead of, "I'm terrified," try, "I'm excited about this opportunity." Develop a bias toward action. When you overthink decisions or wait for perfect conditions, fear has time to grow and multiply. Successful people often make decisions quickly and adjust as they go, rather than endlessly analyzing potential risks. Remember, you can course correct along the way, but you can't steer a parked car. Surround yourself with people who encourage your growth rather than reinforce your fears. Some people will try to protect you by highlighting all the ways you might fail or get hurt. While their intentions may be good, their input can reinforce your fears and keep you stuck. Seek out those who believe in your potential and support your courage. Focus on what you'll gain rather than what you might lose. Fear tends to highlight potential losses, but growth happens when you focus on potential gains. What opportunities will become available if you take this action? What skills will you develop? How will overcoming this fear change your relationship with future challenges? Remember that most fears are about temporary discomfort, not permanent damage. The embarrassment of making a mistake, the disappointment of rejection, the frustration of failure. These feelings are uncomfortable but temporary. The regret of never trying, however, can last a lifetime. Create a support system for your courage. Let trusted friends or family members know about the fears you're working to overcome and the actions you're planning to take. Their encouragement can provide the extra push you need when fear tries to hold you back. Celebrate every act of courage, no matter how small it might seem to others. Each time you choose action over avoidance, you're rewiring your brain to see yourself as someone who faces challenges rather than someone who runs from them. These small victories accumulate into unshakable confidence. Fear will always be part of the human experience, but it doesn't have to control your choices. When you learn to dance with fear rather than fight it or flee from it, you discover that your biggest dreams lie just on the other side of your biggest fears. The life you want is waiting for you to be brave enough to reach for it. The question isn't whether you'll feel afraid. You will. The question is whether you'll let fear make your decisions for you or whether you'll feel the fear and take action anyway. Your dreams are calling, and they're worth every moment of discomfort you'll experience while pursuing them. Chapter 8. Building meaningful relationships. In the end, success isn't measured solely by what you achieve, but by the relationships you build and the lives you touch along the way. Human beings are wired for connection, and our deepest fulfillment comes not from individual accomplishments, but from sharing our journey with others who matter to us. The quality of your relationships will ultimately determine the quality of your life. Meaningful relationships don't happen by accident. They're cultivated intentionally through consistent care, authentic communication, and genuine interest in others' well-being. The strongest connections are built on a foundation of mutual respect, trust and support, where both people feel valued for who they truly are, not just what they can provide. The relationship you have with yourself sets the tone for every other relationship in your life. You cannot give what you don't have, and you cannot love others deeply if you don't first love yourself. This doesn't mean being narcissistic or self-absorbed. It means treating yourself with the same kindness, patience, and understanding you'd offer a dear friend. Self-compassion is the cornerstone of healthy relationships. When you're gentle with your own mistakes and failures, you naturally extend that same grace to others. When you accept your own imperfections, you stop expecting perfection from the people around you. This creates space for authentic, genuine connections where people feel safe to be themselves. Listen more than you speak. In our rush to be understood, we often forget the profound gift of truly understanding others. Active listening means being fully present with someone, not just waiting for your turn to talk. It means asking thoughtful questions, reflecting back what you've heard, and showing genuine curiosity about others' experiences and perspectives. Practice empathy by trying to see situations from others' points of view. Everyone is fighting battles you know nothing about, carrying burdens invisible to the outside world. When someone acts in ways that seem unreasonable or difficult, consider what might be happening beneath the surface. This doesn't mean excusing harmful behavior, but it helps you respond with compassion rather than judgment. Be authentic in your interactions. Pretending to be someone you're not might seem like a way to be more likable, but it actually prevents real connection. People are drawn to authenticity because it gives them permission to be genuine too. Share your true thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Vulnerability, when shared appropriately, creates bonds that superficial interactions never can. Show up consistently, especially during difficult times. It's easy to be present during celebrations and good times, but meaningful relationships are forged during challenges and struggles. Be the person others can count on when life gets hard. Send the text, make the call, offer the help, show the support. Your presence during someone's darkest moments will never be forgotten. Express appreciation regularly and specifically. Don't assume people know how much they mean to you. Tell them. Instead of generic compliments, acknowledge specific qualities, actions, or impacts. "Thank you for always listening without judgment" means more than "you're a good friend." People need to hear that they matter and that their efforts are noticed and valued. Respect boundaries and communicate your own clearly. Healthy relationships require healthy boundaries. This means saying no when you need to, asking for what you need, and respecting others when they do the same. Boundaries aren't walls that keep people out. They're guidelines that help relationships thrive by ensuring both people feel comfortable and respected. Forgive quickly and completely. Holding grudges is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to get sick. Everyone makes mistakes, says things they don't mean, and acts in ways they later regret. Forgiveness isn't about condoning harmful behavior. It's about freeing yourself from resentment and giving relationships room to heal and grow. Invest time and energy in your relationships before you need them. Don't be the person who only reaches out when you need something. Maintain regular contact, remember important events, celebrate others' successes, and offer support without being asked. Strong relationships are like banks. You need to make deposits before you can make withdrawals. Surround yourself with people who inspire you to be better. Jim Rohn said you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Choose relationships that challenge you to grow, support your dreams, and bring out your best qualities. Life is too short to spend it with people who drain your energy or discourage your aspirations. Be willing to have difficult conversations when necessary. Avoiding conflict doesn't preserve relationships, it slowly erodes them. When issues arise, address them directly but kindly. Focus on specific behaviors rather than character attacks. Use I statements to express your feelings and listen to understand rather than to win. Healthy conflict can actually strengthen relationships when handled with care. Celebrate others' successes genuinely and enthusiastically. Jealousy and competition destroy relationships, while genuine celebration strengthens them. When someone you care about achieves something wonderful, be their biggest cheerleader. Their success doesn't diminish your own. There's enough happiness and achievement to go around for everyone. Make time for fun and joy together. Relationships thrive on positive shared experiences. Laugh together, try new things together, create memories together. Don't let all your interactions be about problems, logistics, or serious topics. Play, adventure, and light-hearted moments are the glue that bonds hearts together. Be patient with the process of building deep connections. Meaningful relationships take time to develop. Trust is built through countless small interactions, shared experiences, and proven reliability over time. Don't expect instant intimacy or deep connection immediately. Like any worthwhile endeavor, building relationships requires patience, consistency, and faith in the process. Remember that quality matters more than quantity. You don't need hundreds of friends or thousands of followers to live a rich, connected life. A few deep, meaningful relationships will bring you more joy and fulfillment than dozens of superficial ones. Focus your energy on cultivating connections that truly matter rather than trying to please everyone. Your relationships are a reflection of who you are and who you're becoming. By investing in meaningful connections, you're not just enriching your own life, you're contributing to a world where people feel valued, understood, and loved. In a time when many feel isolated and disconnected, your commitment to building genuine relationships becomes a gift to everyone whose life you touch. Chapter 9. Resilience. Bouncing back stronger. Life will test you. This isn't a pessimistic view, it's a realistic one that prepares you for the inevitable challenges, setbacks, and disappointments that are part of every human experience. The difference between those who thrive and those who merely survive isn't the absence of difficulties, it's the ability to bounce back from them stronger, wiser, and more determined than before. Resilience isn't a trait you're born with or without. It's a skill you can develop and strengthen throughout your life. Every time you face adversity and choose to keep moving forward, you're building your resilience muscle. Every time you find meaning in struggle or discover strength you didn't know you had, you're proving to yourself that you can handle whatever life brings your way. The most resilient people understand that setbacks are temporary, not permanent. They know that "this too shall pass" applies to both good times and bad times. When facing difficulties, they don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" but rather, "What can I learn from this?" and "How can this experience help me grow?" This shift in perspective transforms victims into victors. Develop a strong sense of your own identity that doesn't depend on external circumstances. When your self-worth is tied to your job, your relationships, your achievements, or your possessions, any threat to these things becomes a threat to your sense of self. Resilient people know who they are at their core, independent of their current situation or recent successes and failures. Build a toolkit of coping strategies that work for you. Some people find strength in physical exercise, others in meditation or prayer. Some process emotions through journaling, others through talking with trusted friends. Some find comfort in nature, others in creative expression. Experiment with different approaches and develop a repertoire of healthy ways to manage stress and process difficult emotions. Cultivate a support network before you need it. Resilient people don't try to handle everything alone. They have relationships with family, friends, mentors, or professionals they can turn to during tough times. These connections provide emotional support, practical help, different perspectives, and reminders that you're not alone in your struggles. Practice acceptance of what you cannot control while focusing your energy on what you can influence. The Serenity Prayer captures this wisdom perfectly. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Resilience grows when you stop wasting energy fighting unchangeable realities and instead focus on your response to them. Reframe failure as feedback and setbacks as setups for comebacks. Every failure contains valuable information about what doesn't work, bringing you one step closer to discovering what does. Every setback provides an opportunity to develop skills, strength, and wisdom you wouldn't have gained otherwise. The most successful people often have the most failures behind them, failures that taught essential lessons. Maintain perspective during difficult times by remembering past challenges you've overcome. You've survived every bad day you've ever had so far, and you have a 100% success rate at getting through tough times. Draw strength from your track record of resilience. If you handled those previous challenges, you can handle whatever you're facing now. Take care of your physical health as a foundation for emotional resilience. When you're physically depleted, everything feels harder to handle. Regular exercise, adequate sleep, proper nutrition, and stress management aren't luxuries. They're essentials for maintaining the energy and clarity needed to navigate life's challenges effectively. Find meaning and purpose in your struggles. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist, observed that those who survived the concentration camps weren't necessarily the strongest physically, but those who found meaning in their suffering. When you can connect your current struggles to a larger purpose, whether that's growing as a person, helping others, or contributing to something bigger than yourself, you tap into a powerful source of resilience. Practice gratitude even during difficult times. This doesn't mean pretending everything is fine or denying real problems. It means consciously acknowledging the good that exists alongside the challenges. Gratitude rewires your brain to notice opportunities and blessings even in dark times, providing hope and perspective when you need them most. Develop mental flexibility by considering multiple possible outcomes and solutions. Resilient people don't put all their hopes on one specific outcome. They prepare for various scenarios and remain open to paths they hadn't initially considered. This mental flexibility prevents them from being devastated when Plan A doesn't work out, because they've already been thinking about Plans B, C, and D. Learn to sit with discomfort without immediately trying to escape or numb it. Modern life offers countless ways to avoid facing difficult emotions: entertainment, substances, shopping, busyness, social media. But resilience grows when you learn to tolerate discomfort, process emotions fully, and trust that you can handle whatever you're feeling without being overwhelmed by it. Help others who are facing similar challenges. One of the most powerful ways to transform your own suffering is to use it to help someone else. When you share your struggles and the lessons you've learned, you not only help others, but also reinforce your own growth and resilience. Your wounds can become your wisdom, and your struggles can become your strength. Celebrate your resilience victories, no matter how small they seem. Did you get through a difficult day? Acknowledge your strength. Did you ask for help when you needed it? Recognize your wisdom. Did you find a moment of peace during chaos? Appreciate your ability to create calm within the storm. These celebrations reinforce your identity as someone who can handle challenges. Remember that resilience isn't about being invulnerable or unaffected by difficulties. It's about being fully human, feeling the pain, processing the emotions, grieving the losses, while still maintaining faith in your ability to heal, grow, and move forward. The goal isn't to become immune to life's challenges, but to become skilled at navigating them with grace and strength. Your resilience is a gift not only to yourself, but to everyone who watches you handle adversity with courage and hope. When others see you bounce back from setbacks, they're reminded of their own inner strength. Your example gives them permission to believe that they too can overcome whatever they're facing. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to prove to yourself once again that you are stronger than you think, more capable than you know, and more resilient than you ever imagined. The difficulties that seem like obstacles today may well be the experiences that tomorrow you'll look back on as the moments when you discovered just how powerful you truly are. Chapter 10. Living Your Purpose. There comes a moment in every person's life when they stop asking, "What do I want to do?" and start asking, "Why am I here?" This shift from doing to being, from achievement to meaning, marks the beginning of a purpose-driven life. Your purpose isn't something you need to find. It's something you need to remember, uncover, and align your life with. Purpose is not a destination you arrive at. It's a direction you move in. It's not necessarily a specific career or role, but rather the unique contribution you're here to make, the particular way you're meant to serve others and express your authentic self. Your purpose is where your deepest passions meet the world's greatest needs, where your unique gifts intersect with opportunities to make a difference. Many people spend years searching for their purpose as if it's hidden in some remote location, when actually it's been whispering to them all along through their natural interests, recurring themes in their life, moments when they felt most alive, and problems they feel compelled to solve. Your purpose is often found in what breaks your heart about the world and what skills or perspectives you have to help heal that brokenness. Start by examining your values, the principles that guide your decisions and define what matters most to you. Are you driven by creativity, justice, connection, growth, beauty, service, freedom, or something else entirely? Your values are like a compass pointing toward your purpose. When your daily actions align with your core values, you feel energized and fulfilled. When they conflict, you feel drained and disconnected. Pay attention to what you do naturally and effortlessly. Your purpose often lies in activities that don't feel like work to you, but create significant value for others. What do friends and family regularly ask for your help with? What problems do you solve instinctively? What topics can you discuss for hours without getting bored? These natural inclinations are clues to your unique gifts and potential contributions. Consider the impact you want to have on others. How do you want people to feel after interacting with you? What do you want to be remembered for? What legacy do you want to leave? Your purpose is ultimately about how you serve others, whether that's through your work, your relationships, your community involvement, or your creative expression. Look at your life story for recurring themes and patterns. What challenges have you overcome that might help others facing similar struggles? What experiences have shaped you in ways that could benefit others? Often, your greatest pain becomes your greatest purpose as you use your struggles to help others navigate their own difficulties. Don't wait until you have your purpose perfectly figured out to start living purposefully. Purpose evolves and deepens over time as you grow and gain new experiences. Begin by aligning your current choices with what you know about your values and interests. Each purposeful action, no matter how small, brings you closer to clarity about your deeper calling. Experiment with different ways of expressing your purpose. Your purpose might be lived out through your career, but it doesn't have to be. You might serve your purpose through volunteer work, parenting, mentoring, creative projects, community involvement, or simply how you treat the people you encounter each day. There are countless ways to make a meaningful contribution. Surround yourself with people who are also seeking to live purposefully. Purpose is contagious. When you spend time with others who are passionate about making a difference, their energy and commitment inspire you to dig deeper into your own sense of meaning. Look for communities, groups, or organizations aligned with your values and interests. Be patient with the process of discovering and living your purpose. This is lifelong work, not a weekend project. Your understanding of your purpose will deepen and evolve as you do. What feels like your purpose at 25 might be different from what calls to you at 45 or 65, and that's perfectly natural. Stay open to growth and change. Remember that living your purpose doesn't mean every day will be easy or fulfilling. Purpose-driven people still face challenges, setbacks, and mundane tasks. The difference is that they have a deeper sense of meaning that carries them through difficult times and gives significance to ordinary moments. They know their work matters, even when it's hard. Don't compare your purpose to others. Your purpose is uniquely yours, shaped by your specific combination of experiences, gifts, values, and perspectives. The world needs what you specifically have to offer, not another version of what someone else provides. Comparison dilutes your purpose and diminishes your unique contribution. Start where you are with what you have. You don't need perfect clarity, unlimited resources, or ideal circumstances to begin living more purposefully. Use your current platform, relationships, and opportunities to make whatever difference you can right now. Purpose is lived in the present moment, not in some imaginary future when conditions are perfect. Integrate your purpose into your daily routine and decisions. Ask yourself regularly, how can I express my purpose in this situation? What choice would be most aligned with my values? How can I serve others through this interaction? These questions help ensure your purpose isn't just an abstract concept, but a living, breathing part of how you move through the world. Trust that your purpose matters, even if you can't see the full impact of your contributions. Every act of service, every moment of authentic expression, every choice to live according to your values creates ripple effects that extend far beyond what you can see. Your purpose-driven life gives others permission to pursue their own meaning and creates positive change in ways you may never fully know. Living your purpose isn't about being perfect or having all the answers. It's about being authentic, following your heart, and using your unique gifts to serve something larger than yourself. When you align your life with your purpose, you don't just achieve success, you create significance. You don't just make a living, you make a difference. Your purpose is calling to you right now, in this moment. It's in the dreams that won't leave you alone, the problems you can't stop thinking about, the ways you naturally serve others, and the values that guide your heart. The world is waiting for what you have to offer. The only question is, will you answer the call? Conclusion: your journey forward. You've reached the end of this book, but this is truly just the beginning of your most important journey, the journey to becoming who you were always meant to be. Every page you've read, every concept you've considered, every moment of recognition you've felt has been preparing you for what comes next, taking everything you've learned and putting it into practice in your daily life. The transformation you seek won't happen overnight, and it won't happen simply because you've read these words. Real change occurs through consistent application of these principles, through daily choices that align with your highest vision of yourself, through the courage to keep growing even when it's difficult or uncomfortable. You now understand that the power to change your life has always been within you. You've learned to identify and overcome the limiting beliefs that have been holding you back. You've discovered how to build unshakable confidence, set meaningful goals, and master your mindset. You've explored the habits of successful people and learned to transform fear from an enemy into an ally. You've seen the importance of building meaningful relationships, developing resilience, and living with purpose. These aren't just concepts to understand intellectually. They're tools to use, practices to implement, and principles to live by. Your job now is to take what resonates most strongly with you and begin applying it immediately. Start small, but start today. Choose one principle from this book and commit to practicing it for the next 30 days. Whether it's developing a morning routine, challenging a limiting belief, expressing gratitude daily, or taking one small action toward a meaningful goal, begin now. Small, consistent actions create extraordinary results over time. Remember that growth is not a linear process. There will be setbacks, moments of doubt, and times when you feel like giving up. This is normal and expected. What matters is not that you never fall, but that you always get back up. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to practice the resilience and determination you've been building. Be patient with yourself as you implement these changes. You're essentially rewiring years or decades of thought patterns, beliefs, and habits. This takes time, compassion, and persistence. Celebrate small victories along the way, and remember that progress, not perfection, is the goal. Seek support from others who share your commitment to growth. Join communities, find mentors, work with coaches, or simply surround yourself with friends who encourage your development. You don't have to do this alone, and you shouldn't. The strongest people are those who know when to ask for help and support. Keep learning and growing beyond this book. Read more books, attend workshops, listen to podcasts, and expose yourself to new ideas and perspectives. Your education in becoming your best self should never end. The moment you stop growing is the moment you start dying, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually as well. Use your own transformation to inspire and help others. As you grow and change, you'll naturally become a source of inspiration for those around you. Share your journey, your lessons, and your encouragement with others who are struggling or seeking to improve their lives. Your growth becomes a gift to the world. Trust the process, even when you can't see the full picture. Every step you take toward becoming your best self creates positive ripple effects that extend far beyond what you can see or measure. Your commitment to growth doesn't just change your life, it changes the lives of everyone you encounter. Most importantly, never forget that you are worthy of an extraordinary life. You deserve happiness, success, love, and fulfillment, not because you've earned it or because you're perfect, but simply because you exist. Your dreams matter, your goals are valid, and your vision for your life is worth pursuing with everything you have. The world needs who you are becoming. It needs your unique gifts, your perspective, your contribution, and your example of what's possible when someone decides to rise above their circumstances and create an amazing life. You have something special to offer, and the world is waiting for you to step fully into your power. As you close this book and move forward into your life, carry these words with you. You are more powerful than you know, more capable than you believe, and more worthy than you've been told. Your time is now. Your moment is here. Your best life is waiting for you to claim it. The journey to unstoppable success isn't about reaching a destination, it's about who you become along the way. Every challenge you overcome, every fear you face, every small step you take toward your dreams is transforming you into the person capable of living the life you've always wanted. Your story of transformation starts now. The world is watching, waiting, and ready to be inspired by what you do next. Rise above your fears, your doubts, and your limitations. Rise above your past, your circumstances, and other people's expectations. Rise above and become who you were always meant to be. The journey continues, and it's going to be extraordinary.